I remember playing Blox Fruits right around 2020, July of 2020, right after when COVID was starting to get less and less worse. And I remember loading up my laptop back then, which was actually very bad, and playing Blox Fruits and grinding from level 1 to level 700 or to second C. I believe the max level when I was playing was level 1200. When I first started playing, it was around that time. And basically, I became a very good Blox Fruits fan because I think it was a pretty great game. And then fast forward a couple of years later, I became a YouTuber. And as a YouTuber, there's actually only two goals that I have. Number one, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I want to make money and become famous. I'm keeping it real here. And number two, I really wanted to spread the truth on what is happening. By the way, before we get this video started, I really want to stress out the fact that our goal is 100,000 subscribers before my birthday in February 21, 2024. And also, if we reach 60,000 subscribers, we are gonna be doing a permanent dragon fruit giveaway on our Discord. So subscribe right now, join our Discord down below. Enough yapping, let's get this video started. Now, the purpose of me yapping in the intro is not just to give you guys or to get you guys engaged. Really, the purpose of me yapping in the intro is because I wanted to show you guys that I'm a big fan of Blox Fruits. I'm a big fan of Blox Fruits, and I probably have played this game for longer and earlier than most of you guys. But I want to spread the truth on what is happening right now. Okay, so let's fast forward a couple of months ago. Around February or January, when they first released or when they officially released the method for Race V4 and we actually got Race V4, the update 17 part 3, which at that time was the biggest update of Blox Fruits, was finally complete. Update 17 part 3 at the time was the biggest Blox Fruits update, and it reworked a lot of stuff and it made a lot of stuff new. And then after that, people didn't really know what was gonna happen next. And about a couple of months later, around February, they made a big announcement in their Blox Fruits Twitter account, a Blox Fruits Twitter post or announcement that was seen by over 2.5 million players. I think it's probably more than that. And let's read what it says. Attention all Blox Fruits players. Over the past few months, our development team has expanded and has been working tirelessly behind the scenes to prepare a wave of massive updates for Blox Fruits. And then, throughout this year, we will begin rolling out this update, so get ready for a whole new world of adventure. Thank you for your continued support. We couldn't have reached this stage without you. Stay tuned for future updates. Best regards, the Blox Fruits team. This was the Twitter post heard all around the community of Roblox, marking the start of the Update 20 era. Now, this era of Blox Fruits is actually pretty good. However, there was a lot of disappointments coming our way. Now, I know myself, I've made a lot of videos about the reworks and the stuff coming in this update, but I didn't expect it was gonna be what turned out to be. Now, fast forward about a couple of months after February, the update finally released after about 8 or 10 months of waiting, around October 21, I believe, of 2023. Around October 21 last year, 2023, the update finally released, and it was very disappointing. Even though the update was pretty good, mind you, the update was actually very good. I'm gonna be honest with you guys and keep it real right here. The update was unfortunately very disappointing because a lot of the stuff they promised was not in this update. And then they actually went on their Twitter and their Discords to say that they didn't say when they were gonna release the stuff that they promised. They didn't give an actual release date for the stuff they promised. So we expected that these stuff that they promised, like the map reworks, dragon rework, was gonna be releasing during 2023. Unfortunately, it's early 2024 and these updates, and any of these updates except a few, are still nowhere to be found. After a couple of months after the update, after a few days after the update, update 20, they finally released a statement, and this statement was pretty interesting. And this is a statement that a lot of people somehow missed. Blox Fruits 2023 Roadmap. In the upcoming months, be prepared for the most crazy and powerful fruits coming to Blox Fruits. We prepared a series of small content and improvement updates along the way while we work on the most exciting game revamp of all time, hype for 2024. Now, this is a problem that I noticed because when I read this for the first time, it flew right over me, but when I read it for the second time, I noticed a big problem here. They mentioned that they will be preparing for the biggest game revamp of all time and hype for 2024, which means that around October 27, 2023, they already set in stone the fact that they weren't going to be able to fill their old promise of them releasing the revamps and reworks that they promised in 2023. And this was something that a lot of people actually missed. Now, just in case there's gonna be a couple of people out there that say, well, they didn't actually give a release date for any of these updates that they gave. They actually didn't give an official release date. They didn't, but they did give sort of a deadline. And if you read this tweet right here, throughout this year, and when they posted this, it was 2023, we will begin rolling out these updates. Unfortunately, these updates were nowhere to be found. And another problem that I saw right here was when they mentioned over the past few months, which means they were already working on these updates a while ago, but they're still nowhere to be found. So now I think it's time to talk about what happened to these updates, because I think that's what you guys are asking for. There's actually two answers to this, and recently I've only figured out or realized this other answer that actually made more sense, and I'm gonna talk about it right now. Now, the issue that I'm gonna be telling you guys is actually one that stems from the owner's concern for their game. They really only want to boost the best possible stuff that they can, because one single update can ruin their game and it can cause the death of Blox Fruits. So these two owners work tirelessly, and I think tirelessly, in creating the best ideas possible for the game. And what happens is, because they're not the actual developers and they're just the owners, what ends up happening is this causes and leads to a lot of redesigns. For example, as an artist, because I do have an artist, when we are working on a thumbnail, I end up telling my artist to redesign this, to make this look different, to make that look different. And this probably and most definitely happens to Blox Fruits as well, and this probably causes the delays of updates, which this is probably why the map rework is nowhere to be found, because I think they're probably reworking it or redesigning it to make it look better. Same for the UI rework, and same for the dragon rework most likely, and this is most likely the same case for all the other fruits. Now, the other reason why I think they have a hard time releasing their updates, and also probably why they're having an issue with delivering updates on time, is because they lack concept artists. From what I've seen when I talked to Bread Dopio, there were only one full-time concept artist for Blox Fruits, and I feel like this is going to be such a huge waste, because concept artists are going to be a lot easier. When you have a lot of concept artists, you can basically remodel the stuff much more easier, because remember, it's easier to remodel and change the design for a concept than it is to change the design for a model. So if you have people creating concepts of map reworks for you, it's going to be much easier for the map reworks to just follow the concepts that's been made, and it's also going to be much easier to change those concepts, right? Now, to ask me where these updates are right now, I think they are being remodeled or reworked, or they are being redesigned probably, and will probably be releasing in 2024. Now, when in 2024 exactly, I don't really know. Another problem that I saw, which is actually a minor problem, is I believe these devs have gotten complacent. From what I know, they're probably earning over $100 million per year. I asked one of their developers, and he mentioned it was probably around $100 million per year. And I feel like them earning this much money probably has made them complacent, because they don't really need to work anymore. They don't really need to work on Blox Fruits anymore. So there's really not a rush for them to deliver an update. Even if they don't release an update for like 8 months, their game is fine. They saw this when they didn't release an update for a long time. And I feel like this has made them complacent, and I feel like this has made them be comfortable with delaying their updates. And also, another fact, there's so many Blox writers out there, people that just keep supporting Blox Fruits blindlessly, that these developers know that even if they delay updates, people will just, not care at all. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why these updates are taking so long, and also one of the reasons why we don't get that many updates. I hate Blox writers, because Blox writers, they really just say and agree with everything these developers say, and I feel like that's really just bad, because it makes these developers or owners more complacent with not releasing updates, because they know that people will just eat up whatever they give. That's gonna be it for today's video though, and I hope this was informational, because I really just wanted to give information on where these updates are, and we'll talk again in a future video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.